Hello, Aquarius. So, Aquarius, this is your 2022 general tarot reading. Aquarius, just like Taurus, what a year 2021 has been for you. Not only is Saturn in your sign, but we had this conjunction that's in your sign. So your life has been turned upside down. You know, some of you Aquarians have tried to do the right thing, but sometimes it hasn't really gone your way. Some of you have tried to, stick to like your usual way of thinking and being, but you've definitely had to change course. And this conjunction is for 20 years. So there's a major change that's happening in all areas of your life. When we come to 2022, sorry, we have the first major thing, which is going to affect all signs, especially you, all the fixed signs. We have the Taurus North Node, which is in your fourth house. This is about, your destiny, is about your home life, your roots, where where you want to plant roots. This is to do with your, mother figures, your self-care practices. So some of you may be guided to, wanting to live somewhere else, or even, make sure your home is a home. There's a lot of energy action in the home. And the South Node in your 10th house is about releasing something to do within your career. So some of you may even leave a job, or some of you there could be redundancy in some way, but some of you may just want to really concentrate on like a home family life. And this is going to affect all Aquarians all across the board. The late Aquarians are going to feel it first, but generally it can feel very up and down. And also we have this Uranus square to Jupiter, Uranus square Saturn, which is in you and Taurus's signs for the whole year. We had the 3 major ones happening last year, but it's going to continue this year. And this is going to be shaking up a lot of old structures that you Aquarians have probably implemented in yourself. You are ruled by Uranus. So there's going to be a lot of chopping and changes happening. Some of you are very open to it. Some of you are not. It's going to be life-changing, as you all know. The next one we have is the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction in your 2nd house in Pisces. So this is going to be a new way of you earning money. This is going to be a new way of you, your belief systems changing. If you've been a hoarder, you might be more of a giver. If you've been a giver, some of you might decide to hoard, but you can't hoard in the way that you've always done. Remember, Aquarius, we had this conjunction that we had in your sign was from 2009, and it ends in April 2022. And it's really changed you in a lot of ways. With it being in Aquarius, this is about, communication, but also the internet, social media. It's really blown things up. And we've also seen that there's things because Neptune's about illusion, not really reality. So with it being in Aquarius, there's been this whole blow up of things not actually being real, but as a collective, because Aquarius rules groups, organizations, and cults. So it has been very much a cultish way that we've all seen from 2009 in terms of like the selfies, Instagram, social media in general. And some things have actually worked, but some things we're going to actually see that it's not worked. It's going to like sort of disappear. So it being in your 2nd house now, it's about different ways of you earning money. And it does feel more that you guys are going to be feeling more probably back. There might be like an aloofness when it comes to, your self-worth, but also there's another thing I was going to actually say. Yes, but also this is about what type of creativity you guys have as well. So your creativity is going to take a different turn too. And I really noticed one thing about when this conjunction was in your sign, Aquarius, that there was a lot of Aquarians out there that were really in the forefront of, yoga, meditation, and and some of it appeared real, but some of it actually wasn't. Sometimes we can just talk about what we want to actually do, but we actually don't implement it. And we're going to be seeing this now. And also, the another thing that we have is a Mars retrograde in Gemini, and it is in your fifth house. Okay, so Mars being in your fifth house, this is going to be revving up your sex life. This is going to be revving up your fun and creativity. And also, it's going to be a very, especially when it goes retrograde, there could be some ex-lovers coming back, Aquarius. Saturn's in your sign. It's going to be in your sign for a while, but still, yeah, there could be some ex-lovers coming back. There could also be you really going hard when it comes to like your creativity. If you've got children as well, going really hard, really like pushing your children to be like the best. There can be some drama and arguments that happen because the fifth house is ruled by Leo, so you could be extra confident as well, and it lasts for 6 months, so it's going to be a bit of a whirlwind. So those are the major three. But when we come to like your first card, which is a sign, sun sign, or a planet, the first card message you're going to work with this year, Aquarius, is the ear card. And you are ruled by the ear. So this is about lots of communication. A lot of you can find yourself being in more different types of groups, organizations. And I feel some of you may have tried to have some like mind control on situations too. It's only the mind situations could only be because of things either getting out of hand or you just want some type of control. I feel some of you also with this ear card is that you're going to be surrounding yourself with, having open communication about different subjects. And even if you don't agree with it, you're still open to it. I feel some of you are going to be around a lot of ear sign people as well, or people that have air in their charts. Even if they're earth or water, they're going to have air in their chart. And these people are going to actually make you feel safe. You're going to find yourself, they're going to be understanding you, and there's things that you don't have to say, they just get it. Even if you want to be alone, sometimes they just understand. But generally, it's a lot of communication, lots of sharing of ideas, lots of wanting to build like a community together. I feel a lot of your Aquarians are going to be definitely at the forefront of any, protests or, head of meetings in some way. You guys are all about fairness, and it is about fairness as well. So loads of communications coming your way. When we come to your first card, you have the Eight of Wands. Now, the Eight of Wands is, again, a fire sign, but it's about action. It's about you also working hard to attain your goals, working hard to attain control, but also going the distance. There's going to be not a lot of holding back for a lot of you Aquarians. There's things that you've learned in 2021 that you're now going to implement in 2022. And another message that I feel with this for you Aquarians is that you guys may not have a lot of time for, this is not a year for you to be wasting any type of energy on frivolous things. You know the end goal, you know where things are to be, so you're going to really go for it. And it's all about meeting of the minds with people, but also meeting of the minds in terms of like what you want to pursue, what type of creativity that you want to pursue. I feel also that a lot of your Aquarians are going to be, it's going to be a very like diligent year. So there's going to be no cutting corners, but you guys want to move very quickly. Like if you're going to complete a project, you want to move on to another project very quickly. But anything you're pursuing, you're going to have to put a lot of work into it, because it feels like anything that you leave, it's going to come back to you. It's almost like a karmatic thing. And with Saturn being in your sign as well, it's going to come out in the next year, 2023. you're going to see a lot of tangible results. So there's nothing wrong with moving fast, but also you have to complete. You have to, you know, these are wands. They look like they're shooting down. So the shooting down is like, get your work done, get all the work done. You know, even if you get distracted, you know, finding time for yourself is going to be very important in 2022. And it may not be very hard because you're going to, a lot of you I feel are going to be at home a lot anyway. When we come to the second card, you have the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is, you know, going from the Eight of Wands. It's about, you know, celebration, celebrating with people that you love, you know, whether it's a partner, your family, your friends. I feel even going back from the Eight of Wands, you know, putting the hard work in, there is going to be cause for celebration. This call for celebration, Aquarius, is because you have changed your ways. There is changes that have happened. You've changed the way you've worked, you've changed the way you've acted. Some of you may have changed yourself in your mind and physical appearance. Some of you may even move this year in 2022. Some of you may decide that you actually want to move. You're really going to go for it. You could move into a different country, move into a new home, move into a bigger house. There could also be, some of you Aquarians, like new additions to the family as well. So definitely it's cause for a celebration. I know some of you may not want to hear this, but you know, there's also, I feel, a real huge sensitivity coming out within you guys. So there could be tears that are shed. There could be you actually emoting your dreams, emoting how you feel to your partner, especially with Mars going retrograde in your 5th house as well. This is going to be, this is about expression of your heart. So you're going to give more to your heart. So the celebration also could be you celebrating privately as well. But I feel it is more with family, with friends, you know, because there's an openness to you guys as well. And, you know, the archetype of Aquarius is that it can be aloof. But only the reason why it's aloof is because your mind is on the future all the time. And you're a fixed sign, so you can stay fixed in how your mind is. There's no change. But now your mind may be, you might be fixed on having happiness. Okay, so that's why this card, the Three of Cups, comes in. Your last card for 2022 is a Nine of Swords. And a Nine of Swords is about, it can, you know, the message is of distress, not sleeping, not resting. It's also about worry. So there can be worry for the future happening for a lot of you, even though there is not really majorly cause for concern, but still there's going to be a bit of worry. I feel that when you guys do go within yourself, or you're not communicating as much, it's because, you know, you're worried about the future. Even though your mind is firmly on the future, there's going to be a huge worry about it. And that's normal, but it's also worrying, and it's fixating on worrying. And this Nine of Swords, it can make a lot of you fear the worst. And the worst is not, I'm not saying that the worst is not to be feared, because we just don't know what the future is going to bring. But I think that some of you may be worrying because things may seem too good to be true. Like, you know, even going back for the Three of Cups, you know, you're celebrating something new beginning. But I feel some of you Aquarius could be thinking, okay, that seems too good to be true. You know, why am I actually celebrating? This is also about insecurity, a lot of deep insecurity that a lot of you are having in 2022. And I feel that some of you just have to look at who you're surrounding yourself with, look at your surroundings, who, you know, where you're working at, how your energy is coming across. This is also to do with introspection. The 9 is about endings. It's also about humanitarianism. So it's about taking care of yourself. Really take care of like your mental health. For the next 20 years with this conjunction in your sign, mental health is going to play a strong point for not just Aquarians, for everyone in the world. But obviously, because, you know, you're Aquarius, you're going to feel it the most. So this card is saying, you know, yes, you know, you're going to worry about your future, but also really take care of your mental health, your physical health, and your emotional health. because some of you can also get very overwhelmed. I feel some of you also, in terms of like when it comes to the physical, you know, Aquarius rules like the ankles, but it does rule, you know, especially when it comes to like working out. When I read up on what to do in terms of physical fitness, because Saturn's in Aquarius, you guys, you know, yes, you rule the ankles, but it's also about the blood circulation. So doing lots of like stretching work will definitely help, will ease stress. Lots of breathing work as well, especially when Mars goes into your 5th house, because this can also rev up, you know, a lot of anxiety within you. So if you're finding it hard to go to sleep, things like chamomile tea helps. Obviously, look into, you know, speak to your practitioner. This is disclaimer. But also, you know, essential oils, it will definitely help. But lots of stretching, breathing exercises, and also this can actually help when it comes to, you know, when it comes to you relaxing and having a nice sleep. Because some of you, your minds could be very on the go. And this feels more when it comes to when Mars goes into your 5th house. There's a lot of excitement. There's also a lot of worry. So it's about having like a routine, having a settled routine when it comes to relaxation. So Aquarius, that was your general 2022 tarot message. Feel free to like write comments on how if this card resonated with you. And thank you very much. And I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.